Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. We haven't even met before. My name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this makeup look for you right here, which I am absolutely obsessed with, and I created it using the Revolution Chilled with Cannabis Sativa palette and a few other bits from the collection as well. If you would like to see how I created this makeup look and kind of my thoughts on the palette and the collection, that kind of thing, then please stay tuned. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world. Check me out on Instagram while you're at it, and let's just carry on with the video. So I've already done my brows. I use the Revolution Pro dark brown brow pencil, and then I just kind of defined the brow underneath and primed the lid using the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C4, so we are ready to go. This hopefully is going to be quite like a speedy tutorial because I'm going to try and film, edit and upload it all in the same day, so fingers crossed. Here we go. So I've already primed the lids. I'm just going to start by kind of getting rid of any creasing on the eye. I'm going to be doing one eye on camera and then one eye off camera. So the palette that I'm using today is the Revolution Chilled with Cannabis Sativa palette, which looks like this. Has a really cool packaging, just like kind of that tin design, which I do like because you can keep it nice and clean easily, and then it's got colourful leaves all over it, and then you open it up and it looks like this, as you can see. I will insert a kind of iPhone shot of this now just because my camera, the exposure is quite high, just so you can see me and like the white background and stuff, so I'm going to show you it on my iPhone because it will pick up the colours a little bit better. I do really want to use some of these press glitters, maybe the darker one. I feel like that one would look a little bit Christmassy, I don't know, because I feel like I always test out the mattes, so I'm going to really test out this sparkly glitter shade, and maybe I'm thinking like this one in the inner corner or something like that. So let's just go ahead and see what happens. I know that I'm already going to like this palette. I know my channel is very Revolution palette heavy. I just have quite a lot of their palettes and I want to do like a separate video with all of them, so that's why they don't know I'm making these videos. This isn't a sponsored video. I know you're probably not thinking that anyway, but I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to start with the shade Burn, which is this one right here, which is the darkest shade in the palette. Is a matte, just kind of like just a very dark brown shade, which is called Burn, and it's one of the shades that has like the cannabis leaf imprint in it, which is quite cool. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe M506 brush. This brush is so nice. It's really little, so you can do like a defined kind of edge, and that's what I'm going to do. Just pop that right kind of in the outer corner and then winging outwards, maybe, I don't know. We're just going to start and see what happens. Okay, so I've just taken some of that Burn shade and I'm just going to start by kind of pressing this into the outer corner section. I haven't put tape down because I want this to look to be kind of blown out a little bit. Just going to bring that in, just kind of following the outer V kind of shape, and then I will build it up as I go on. Definitely looks a little bit more like black when you actually apply it to the eye. Just tapping that in to build up the colour. Kind of slowly wiggling my brush. I feel like I'm just going to kind of go in like a blown out kind of shape. We are putting on other colours later, so I don't want to bring it out too far, and I'm going to take that all the way down to the inner corner. I feel like I want to do something kind of a party look, like a smoky glittery party look. Just because Christmas parties and New Year's parties are over doesn't mean that people don't have parties to go to. So I'm just gonna take that right down to the inner corner. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit funny. I've been a little bit bunged up over the past few days, so I do apologise. So I'm just gonna keep reapplying it just until it's really nice and intense, and using the brush to like really push that into the crease. I'm now happy with that shape. The next brush I'm going to take is a similar type of brush. This is from Eyeshadow and it's like a long pointed pencil brush. So I'm going to take the shade Plant, which is this one right here, which looks, as I can tell on the viewfinder, is a little bit darker in real life. It's kind of like a dark, I want to say like forest green kind of shade, and I'm going to use that to blend out this dark brown kind of black shade. So I've just dipped my brush into there very lightly and tapped off the excess, and then I'm just going to start gradually, just like kind of on the direct line of where that dark brown black shade is, just blending this back and fro, forwards and backwards, side to side, almost like scratching it. And I'm doing it more like of an upward motion, so I'm holding my brush. I'm holding my brush vertically. That way I can get a really nice blend without putting the product like on this part of the brow bone. These colours are performing absolutely beautifully. Revolution shadows are just amazing. There's been a few that have been hit and miss, but overall, like, I'd never have to kind of doubt the quality of the shadows. They go on so well and they really kind of unleash your creativity as well, which I love. It's a really cool blend actually. And then to finish off this crazy kind of upper eye look, I'm going to take the shade Leaf, which is like the brighter green in the palette. It's almost like a turquoise kind of shade, like an aqua green, bright green kind of shade. I'm going to take that one right here on a Morphe M562 and I'm going to pop that directly on top of this. I'm going to try and leave some brow bone space, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. But I'm just going to use that to blend out the darker green. Just tapping off the excess. And then I'm just going to slowly pop this on top as well. Hopefully we'll have somewhat of a brow bone left. I love this brush because you can be really delicate with it and this really helps those kind of like blown out crazy colourful looks. I quite like the brow bone being touched with colour here, but then as long as it's left here I don't mind. Then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just go back through the colours. So I'm taking that shade Burn again, which is this darker brown colour, and I'm just going to re-intensify this crease. We are going to be cutting it in a moment, but just so you know, all the colours are intense as they can possibly be. Just going to go over this one more time. Don't worry about what the lid looks like because we're going to be covering that up in just a moment. I love the eyes so far. I feel like it brings out like a sea witch kind of vibe. Now I'm going to cut the crease using the Revolution concealer in the shade C4 and this kind of little lip brush contraption. So I'm just applying some of the concealer to the brush, back and front. And then I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm just going to draw a line down the middle of the eye just to kind of get the excess product off the brush. Start filling in the lid and kind of if I look forward I can see where the crease will show, which is I'm just going to take a little bit more concealer because I'm kind of struggling with the outer part a little bit. It's a little bit lopsided, which is bothering me. Taking a teeny little bit more concealer on my brush. Tap some off on the back of my hand just so it's not too much. There we go, that looks better. I'm just going to extend that slightly. Then just tap that all in. Okay, so now we get to put on the glitters. I'm going to try to put on the shade Bud first, which is that dark, beautiful, like forest green kind of shade. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a pressed glitter. I'm going to take it on a La Boite Soleil flat shader brush. I'm just going to go straight into like the shadow slash pressed glitter. You kind of have to wiggle your brush a little bit to get it on there. I feel like these shades always work better with your fingers. Do I wet the brush? I think I'm going to wet the brush. So I'm going to take a little bit of the CBD Essence Spray just so it helps picking up the glitter from the shadow. And then I'm just going to start by packing this all across that base. It's probably going to take me a little bit of a while and I definitely should have put a base shade down first. Do I do that now? No, it's fine, we've already committed. So I'm just going to keep on packing this on. I definitely should have put like a green underneath as like a base shade for this. Really pushing that into the concealer. And I'm going to try and get it as high to the like concealer line with it still being neat. And that is why you do your eyes first. Now I want to use another glitter in the palette. So I'm going to take the shade Goddess, which is this one right here. It's like a brighter green. I'm literally going to like dab it on top of this shade. And I'm taking it on a BH Cosmetics number 9 shader brush and just spraying with a little bit of the CBD like essence. And then I'm just going to tap that on top of this shade. Oh, that's really nice. It's added like a little bit more like dimension to the look. I've had a little stare at the look and I've decided I don't like how high I took up the glitter, like with the cut crease. I feel like I probably should have kept it to just the lid, but that is fine, that is fine. So what I'm gonna do is do like the waterline, clean up the fallout of the glitter underneath my eye, and then do the lower lash line. I'm gonna skip liner, I've decided. For the waterline, I'm gonna take the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Gotcha, which is a bright green. I feel like it will just make the look it'll make the look interesting. So I'm going to pop that through the waterline. I saw this little hack where if you get sellotape you can pick up the glitter, so that's what I'm going to do. Seemed to kind of have worked. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take that shade Plant. And I'm going to basically just smoke that along the lower lash line just to start off with. And I'm taking that right to the inner corner. I actually really like the way this looks so far, it's very intense. Then I'm going to darken the lower lash line up with that shade Burn and just pop it as close to the lash line as possible. And now I'm going to take the shade Leaf and just run that underneath everything. I will again do this once I've done my foundation. For the inner corner, I'm just going to wet this pencil brush. This is the Sigma E30. And then I'm actually going to take a gold. So I'm going to take the shade Acapulco. Obviously butchering the name. It's this one right here. It's a like shimmery light gold. I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. Yes, love this look. I'm so proud of myself, look at it. Now I'm just going to give my lashes a little curl. These are the Superdrug Rose Gold eyelash curlers. Give them a squeeze and release. And then just to fit the theme of the video, I'm taking the Revolution Blowout High Volume Mascara with Cannabis Sativa. I'm going to pop this onto my lashes in preparation for the falsies. For falsies, I'm going to take the Peaches and Cream number 33 lashes. I'm going to pop these on, do the other eye, and let's go to the face. Okay, we are back. Eyes are done. Now let's do this face. I'm just going to start by prepping the skin using the Revolution CBD Nourishing Essence Spray. I just like using skincare sprays or like primer sprays before doing like actual makeup. I just really like the way it makes my skin feel. Then I'm going to take one of my favourite Revolution primers, which is the Goddess Glow Primer, just to add a nice little glow underneath all of my base makeup. I'm just going to smooth this all across the skin. For foundation, I'm going to take the Revolution Matte Base F6.5 foundation, and I'm just going to blend it into the skin using my Spicy Choco Tear Blend sponge. A little bit too pale, but we can make it work. I feel like with Revolution foundations, I'm a lot darker, like in their shade range, if that makes any sense. Usually this colour would be fine, but I feel like I need to go with a darker Revolution foundation. Bouncing that in for a nice flawless base. You know what, my skin tone is just so weird, I feel, because I look pale, like when you look at me, but then if you put a pale foundation on, it just doesn't match. Do you see what I mean? And like my face has got a lot of pink in it, but it does have yellow in it. If you put a pink base foundation on me, I look like weird because the rest of my body is yellow. I just feel like I have strange colouring. Thanks Mum and Dad. But yeah, I'm going to keep bouncing that into the skin. To cream contour, I'm actually going to take a little sample. This is the Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I was sorting through my like makeup samples and stuff the other day, and I was like, I actually just need to use these before they like expire. So I'm going to use this to cream contour just around the outer perimeters of my face, under my cheekbones, top top of the forehead, under the jaw, down the nose. You get the drift. And then I'm going to blend it out with my Ava 110 Face Shape brush. This is going to also add just some life to the face where that foundation has made me look very ghostly. And then I'm going to blend it out using that Ava brush. I really like that, you know, blending it out really nicely. Then I'm going to take the Benefit Posy Tint, again a little sample. I just wanted to use this up. I used this for work the other day and I really liked it. Even though we've gone really intense on the eyes, I want to do like a blush kind of pink colour on the cheeks with a pink lip as well. Why not? I'm just experimenting. You could always do a nude with this look if you wanted to. Then I'm going to do concealer. I probably should have done the blush afterwards. Oh well. I'm taking the C4 concealer that I used before. Just popping it on my usual places. Chin, under the eye, forehead, and a little bit down the nose. And then of course blend it out with a spicy choco sponge, just in dabbing motions. Then I'm going to set all of this into place using the Revolution Pro Hydra Matte Translucent Setting Powder. I've just taken the foundation that went onto my lips off with a little cotton bud and a bit of makeup remover, just so when I put lip balm on it shows through more. Now moving on to bronzer, I'm taking the Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 02 Warm, which is this huge bronzer. This is very pigmented, so I'm going to attempt to go with a light hand, and I'm taking it on my Loella Cosmetics Powder Women Penelope brush. I'm going to pop it in the same places that we put the Benefit Contour Stick. Why did that come out like contour? I don't know. Next up is blush, and I'm going to take the Revolution Blusher Reloaded Rhubarb and Custard Blusher. I actually really like this. This is definitely like a proper pink blush that like gives you that like girly, like Barbie doll look. I always tap it off on the back of my hand just so the excess goes on there and I don't go in with too much. When I forget that, I feel like it's a situation. Lovely. I look like a superhero and I'm into it. Next up, we're trying the Revolution Calming Makeup Fixing Spray with Cannabis Sativa. This is brand new to my collection. I'm very excited to try it. I haven't tried a new setting spray in forever, so I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup using this. Smells good. Now I'm going to highlight. I'm taking a very old palette of mine. This is the Revolution Highlighter Palette. Literally that's all it says. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. If you can, I will link it down below. I think you can still get this actually, but they may have just repackaged it because it says like Makeup Revolution on it. But they're basically supposed to be dupes of the ambient lighting highlighting powders. So I'm going to take this shade here, which I don't know if you can see because my camera's super overexposed, but it is more of like the pearly kind of shade. So I'm going to use that to highlight my cheekbones, a little bit above the brow, tip of the nose, above the cupid's bow, you know the deal. And I am going to take it on my, where are you? My Eyeshadow highlighter brush. And my wet brush actually. My desk is such a mess, my desk is such a mess, my desk is such a mess. So my camera totally died, but as you can see I have highlighted cheeks going on. Next I'm just going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes. This is the part of the makeup look that I get really excited. I love doing makeup, don't get me wrong, but sometimes when you're doing like a really intricate makeup look, like you're more excited for the end result. So yeah, I just love all these like final touches because you can really see it just coming together. And now I'm going to try out another new product. This is the Revolution Highbrow Gel Cannabis Sativa in the shade Ash Brown. I don't know if this is going to be the right shade, but here we go. It looks a little bit too light for me. Yeah, I can't use it, it's too light for me. I probably use it on like a no makeup kind of day, but not when I have my brows filled in. So I'm just going to quickly swap to the clear brow gel from Revolution Pro. Now I'm going to line my lips using the Revlon Colour Stay lip liner in the shade Blush. I feel like Revolution don't have that many lip liners. I feel like that's the thing, they need lip liners. Just following my natural lip shape. And then for lips, I'm actually going to take a lip balm. This is the Good Vibes Lip Balm, Cannabis Sativa in the shade Euphoria, which is like a dull pink shade, which is why I wanted to do a pink lip and like pink blush, just to match. Feels super nice, like really, really hydrating. Yeah, big fan already, I know that. And this is the finished makeup look. Absolutely obsessed with this look. I can't believe it. I'm actually so proud of myself. I've done something incredibly dramatic that's like really like blown out. You know, you could take the lower lash line much higher if you wanted to, so it's in like not so lower down. You could take away like the lashes, not add the glitter, that kind of thing. These looks are all down to interpretation, so you can always kind of mix and match. If you feel like it's a bit much or not enough even, then add more. But yeah, absolutely freaking obsessed with this look. I love the fact that I have a pink lip and like pink Barbie doll cheeks with such like a dark green glittery smoky eye cut crease situation. I just love the contrast of the two type of looks. Best of both worlds, eh? So cringy. So the palette for me is a massive win, absolutely love it. When it comes to pressed glitters and things, I'm never usually a massive fan of them, so I feel like after Perseverance it has worked really well. The matte shades in the palette are next to none, amazing value for money, and I definitely recommend this palette in the collection. I love the lip balm. Where are you? The lip balm is going in my handbag. How nice is that? Just like this baby pink, super nourishing lip, but I feel like it's made my lips look really plump. I really like the lip balm. The brow gel I couldn't really try because it's definitely not my shade. However, I might try it when I'm having like a no makeup day and my eyebrow tint has worn down a little bit. Makeup fixing spray felt very nice. Mist is actually very fine once it goes onto your face. But yeah, big thumbs up from me for everything that I tried in this video. I am going to be doing a blog post on this collection in the description box below. Don't forget to check that out and have a little bit of a read. I've now started doing TikTok, so follow me on there. This is my TikTok. This is what it looks like. Don't really know exactly how it works, but I'm trying to get into it because it's some fun, you know. It doesn't feel like too pressuring, kind of like I have to upload loads and loads of videos. So just check me out on there. Check me out on Instagram as well. Really appreciate it, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, it means the absolute world. Really hope you like this makeup look. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, and welcome back to in today's video I have this look makeup. Okay, top. I've just and I've now move. Wow.